Thank you for staying with us at Going Like 60. I hope you found the video informative on elder abuse, and I also now want to introduce to you another gentleman who works with Area 4 Agency on Aging. This is Joe Hemersbach. Joe, thanks for sticking around today. Now, as I understand, your title here at Area 4 is?
Director of Aging Services.
Director of Aging Services. And now, how do you get involved with, say, some of the individual cases that Lynn Knable that just told us about?
Well, sometimes when he gets involved in a case, he may call us up for help on dealing with the after effects of the mistreatment. People may need help getting services in their home. He may come across neglect cases where a person needs services, and those services can be a homemaker, it could be Meals on Wheels, it could be any number of things to help them live independently and safely. Other times, we during our work come across cases of adult abuse, and then we call him in those cases.
So then you're working together constantly.
It's pretty consistent.
These individuals are concerned. Let me set up an interesting, or at least I would find it interesting, scenario here. An individual is found to be a victim for whatever reason, by whomever it may be. After the intervention of Lynn's office, and then you go in and help the person to reestablish himself, then something happens, you lose contact with the person, and it starts all over again. How do you handle that when it's brought to you a second time?
Well, one of the things we want to look at is, why did it happen again? And that does happen. Sometimes people go out and get re-endangered. And so we want to look at what is going on in their life, specifically that's making them vulnerable. And sometimes you don't see that the first time. Sometimes there's so many things going on in the case. And a person may have, for example, a person might do too much, not be able to handle their money very well. And if they do that once, they might do that again. So maybe the second time we're looking for somebody to help them with their bill paying, to help them with their finances, so that we can solve that problem.
Can anybody make referrals to you, or does it have to be through the APS that Lynn represents?
Well, certainly people can call us if they need help. I mean, we have a number here that people can call. We have an information and referral staff that's always there at the phone during working hours. But if somebody wants to make an actual referral of an endangered adult, I would suggest they call Adult Protective Service directly.
It would seem to me that part of the abuse starts out when an individual is under the, we'll say the word care, but that's not really the word we're looking for, under the supervision of somebody who is inclined to be a perpetrator. Now, isolation seems to be one of the first signs that a person
Exactly.
is that. Can you address that problem?
Well, again, most of the people that are perpetrators are somebody that knows the victim pretty well, a family member, a friend, and one of the things they do first, like you said, is get them isolated from everybody else and keep them from talking to other people so they can hide what they're doing. And it's easier with older adults because, unfortunately, in our world, older adults tend to be separated, it seems like, sometimes from the rest of society. So it's easy many times they're kept in one room and never leave that room while somebody's taking their check every month, or not giving them enough to survive on, enough food
Enough to eat.
Right.
And so forth. I know one of the instances that I'm aware of, it was a case where the husband married not an illegal alien, but was not a native, but had married this woman, and within a short time, soon after helping her to apply for certain benefits, either maybe not Social Security, but other benefits that are available to her, locked her in a bathroom. and kept her there for weeks.
Right.
You know, would open the bathroom door, give her something. She even existed on a can of cat food for some time. And this is a situation whereby isolation seems to be keeping them away from anybody they might complain to.
Exactly.
So then this is one of the things that would scare me if I knew that somebody, a neighbor or a friend, were being subjected to that type of treatment.
Again, because of the isolation that you mentioned, a lot of times it's somebody that lives nearby or somebody that's in the family that figures out that it's happening first. So that's where you've got to keep your eyes open. And if you notice something unusual going on, if you don't see that person and you used to, even if it was just to see them go out and get the newspaper in the morning and you don't see that anymore, but you see somebody else hanging around, you know, those are indicators that maybe something's not going right. If you do notice that, call Adult Protective Service directly. They're at the prosecutor's office, and Tippecanoe County Prosecutor's office, and they'll go out and take a look at it. So
We are indeed grateful to Lynn Knable and to Joe Hemersbach for bringing to our attention the fact that this is going on all of the time in our community. This has been Goin Like 60, and we hope to see you again soon.